The Advent season and the Christmas season should fill us as believers with a tremendous sense of wonder at what actually had taken place when Jesus Christ was born in Bethlehem. He'd been conceived in a virgin's womb 9 months previously, had grown in his human nature over those months, and yet all the while was still eternal God in his divine being. Two natures in one person, and one of those natures growing and developing like any other human child would in the womb, but without sin and without a human father begotten in Mary of the Holy Spirit. And that's something that in the Advent and Christmas period and following Christmas Day should just renew our sense of wonder as we worship. And it's so brilliant to have hymns and carols that help us capture that sense of wonder and put it into words and to sing them. And today's hymn is a very brief old carol from the Netherlands, going back a number of centuries, that it's very, very simple, but in the simplicity captures that sense of wonder. And it makes reference, or puts it in context, of the promise that the Jews were looking for after their great decline following the heights of David's day, the decline eventually into captivity. And even when they returned, they were ruled by foreign rulers, never regained their independence or their former glory. And all the while, during that time, they were looking forward to the coming of the Messiah. And of course, Isaiah's great prophecy, comfort ye, my people, because your days of mourning and sorrow will be ended when the Messiah comes. Speak comfortably to Jerusalem. And this carol begins by picking that up, really. Daughter of Zion, which is really Jerusalem, listen, God has sent good news to you. To bring great joy he sent me now, your years of sorrow ending. And in the birth of Jesus in Bethlehem, God was bringing to an end those years of sorrow and mourning. And of course, that is what Anna and Simeon saw when Jesus was brought into the temple. They were looking for the consolation of Israel and saw in this child that consolation. What a wonderful, wonderful truth. As through a window light can flood that darkness may be ended, so through her virgin motherhood a child from God descended. God came down, God's Son came down, not apart from the womb of a virgin, but through the womb of a virgin and through her motherhood. And so the last verse to me is very touching. Upon her lap for him she cared. Here's the Son of God on the lap of this young teenage girl. She kissed him and caressed him. Great was the love she did him bear, as to her heart she pressed him. And that's these words are all so real and describe what actually happened. The care, when you look at the care that a new mother has for her child. Mary was the one who was privileged out of all women to do that for her son, to kiss Jesus as the Messiah, to caress him, to hold him to her heart and to love him. Wonderful, simple carol. Daughter of Zion, listen now. Good news to you, God's descending to bring great joy. He sent me now. Your years of sorrow ending. A virgin fair has borne a son. Great was the gift she gave us. In Bethlehem was life begun, of him who came to save us. As through a window light can flood, that darkness may be ended. So through her virgin motherhood, the child of God descended. Upon her lap for him he cared. She kissed him and caressed him. Great was the love she did him bear, as to her heart she pressed him.